Today, I'm going to show you how to create these sea urchin shell jellyfish ornaments that you can use on your Christmas tree or just as decor. Okay, so what we will need for this is either some paper or foil, something that will just catch our glitter and keep our area clean, some glitter. I decided to go with a opalescent glitter, one sea urchin shell, and this can be something you either buy or find. One brush, 2 pearls or beads, some string, white craft glue, and some tinsel. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our sea urchin shell and we are going to brush some glue onto our sea urchin shell so that we can glitter it. And you can either paint the whole thing and glitter the whole thing at once, or you can do it in sections. I like to do it in sections just so that the glue doesn't dry in between, so that we can get a nice even coating of the glitter over the entire shell. Okay, and then we just take our glitter and shake it on the shell. And I really like using an opalescent glitter because then you can still see the color of the shell through it. And then just dump any excess. And then we're just going to continue to paint the glue onto the shell and continue to glitter from there. Glittered all the way, then we are going to let this dry, and I'm going to put all my glitter back into my glitter container for a future project. Okay, so while our shell is drying, we are going to start putting together the tentacles for the jellyfish. So I'm going to take my opalescent cording that I have, since it will match my shell, and I'm going to take one of the pearls, and we are going to just fold this in half so that we can stick it through the hole in the pearl, which will give us a nice loop. Now, I'm going to use this loop on the top of the ornament, so we are going to need to feed another pearl on here when we get done. So when we feed this through the jellyfish, or the sea urchin shell, these pearls are big enough that they will not go through the hole. So one of these is going to be to stop it from going through the shell completely, and then one is going to be on top to just secure it. So while we have the one pearl on here, we are then going to knot the other end. And I'm purposefully leaving this longer than I normally would because we can always go back and make it shorter. Okay, and as long as your knot isn't gonna go anywhere and is big enough to keep your pearl from falling off, then that is all the bigger that you need it to be. Now, once we get this, we can then take our tinsel. And with the tinsel, as most of you know, when you open a new pack of tinsel, the top is still connected. So I just cut a section of the whole tinsel pack so that I have a nice grouping of the tinsel. And we are going to take this tinsel and we are going to fold it in half. So I'm going to want to make sure that this is about even with where I will cut off the ends of that. But I don't want to do that until I get this secured so that it doesn't go everywhere. So once we get our tinsel in place, we can then raise up our pearl. So we have our own little opening here, and we can feed the center through that opening. Okay. And then again, measure, make sure we're even, and then we're going to take our pearl and we're going to push it down. So once we get this pearl in place and we have our tinsel where we want it, we can then knot this end. Okay. And that's going to keep our tinsel in place. Once our tinsel is secure in place, we can then trim our tails And we can trim this section off. So we are left with a nice tassel of tinsel that will fit nicely under our jellyfish. Okay, so now that we have our completed jellyfish stingers tassel, we can take our dry sea urchin shell and we can then feed the cording through the top. And if necessary, our good old friend cooking skewer is helpful. Okay, so once we pull that through, then we're going to make sure that we pull all that up so that we see the top of the pearl. Okay, and then we are going to pinch the top of our cording again, and we are going to feed another pearl on here. And anytime you glitter anything, if you would like, so it doesn't shed glitter, you can actually clear coat it with some Krylon clear coat, or even a really cheap hairspray that's almost plasticky, because it'll kind of just put a layer over the top of the glitter to lock it in so that it won't be able to have the glitter fall off as much. Okay, so once we get our pearl on here, then we can knot the top of this. To get our pearl in place, we just take our cording and we are going to just make one more knot so that we can lock it in place. So if you hold the knot close to the pearl here, you should be able to get it to knot right on top of the pearl. Okay, and we're just about done. Okay, so here is our tassel all in the sea urchin shell, and I actually think I want to trim these down just a little bit so it seems like it's a little bit more proportionate to the top of the sea urchin there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the ends of this. And there you have it, our sea urchin shell jellyfish stinger ornament. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.